Welcome to Globe Snape. I'm InstaTrader, and today we're diving into the heart of American history. We'll explore 10 of the most significant places in the United States, where the nation was born, challenged, and forever changed. Ready? Let's begin. Independence Hall in Philadelphia is where America's foundation was written into reality. This iconic red brick building, with its stately clock tower and elegant Georgian architecture, stands as a silent witness to the birth of a nation. Every year, thousands of visitors walk these historic grounds, drawn by the promise of liberty and the echoes of history that linger in the air. In 1776, delegates from 13 colonies gathered in this very hall, risking everything to sign the Declaration of Independence. Their bold signatures marked the beginning of a revolution that would not only change the fate of America, but also inspire movements for freedom and self-government around the world. The courage and vision of these men set in motion a chain of events that would echo through centuries. Years later, in the sweltering summer of 1787, the same rooms witnessed the drafting of the United States Constitution. Here, delegates debated, compromised, and ultimately crafted a framework for government that has endured for over 2 centuries. The Constitution established the principles of checks and balances, separation of powers, and the rights of citizens, ideas that continue to shape American life today. The debates were fierce and passionate, about representation, the balance of power, and the very definition of liberty. These discussions were not easy, and the delegates often disagreed, but their willingness to engage in dialogue and seek compromise laid the foundation for a resilient democracy. The spirit of those debates still resonates in the halls of government today. Today, Independence Hall serves as a living classroom, where students, families, and visitors from around the world come to learn about the ongoing experiment of democracy. Guides share stories of the past, reminding us that the work of building a just and free society is never truly finished. Each generation is called to participate, to question, and to improve upon the legacy left by the founders. The Liberty Bell, with its famous crack, stands nearby as a powerful symbol of the enduring quest for freedom. Though imperfect, it reminds us that the struggle for liberty is ongoing, and that the ideals of equality and justice require constant vigilance and effort. Independence Hall remains a beacon for all who believe in the power of people to shape their own destiny. Its legacy continues to inspire new generations to dream, to act, and to believe in the promise of democracy. Towering over New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty rises with quiet strength, her silhouette instantly recognizable against the city's ever-changing skyline. She stands not just as a monument, but as a living symbol of hope, freedom, and the enduring spirit of America. For generations, her presence has been a promise to all who approach these shores, a promise that new opportunities and a fresh start await. As ships glide past her and crowds gather at her feet, Lady Liberty's outstretched arm welcomes people from every corner of the globe. She is a global symbol of hope and welcome, her message echoing far beyond the waters of New York. Gifted by France in 1886, the statue became a beacon for millions of immigrants who arrived in America, their hearts filled with dreams and uncertainty. As they glimpsed her torch through the mist, they knew they had reached a land where new beginnings were possible, and where freedom was not just an idea, but a reality waiting to be claimed. Her torch has shone through the darkest chapters of history, wars, civil rights struggles, and storms both literal and metaphorical. Through every trial, she has remained steadfast, a guiding light for those seeking freedom, justice, and a better life. The statue's resilience mirrors the nation's own journey. She has survived corrosion, restoration, and crisis, her copper skin weathered but unbroken. Each repair and renewal is a testament to the enduring values she represents: perseverance, unity, and hope. Today she stands proudly on Liberty Island, drawing visitors from every continent. Families, students, and travelers come to marvel at her grandeur, to learn her story and to be inspired by her message. She is a living link between past and present, reminding us of the journeys that shape this nation. Looking up at her, you can't help but feel part of a larger story, one of change, courage, and endless possibility. Her gaze is fixed on the horizon, inviting us all to imagine a brighter future and to believe in the power of dreams. The Statue of Liberty belongs to everyone who dares to hope. Sawing shower in speaker to boan shodi and dieses der Ijo and Xiaobin Shourin Shouerdrol, who dream of a better life, and to those who believe that freedom and opportunity should shine for all. Carved into the granite cliffs of South Dakota's Black Hills, Mount Rushmore stands as one of America's most iconic landmarks, instantly recognizable around the world. This colossal sculpture immortalizes the faces of 4 presidents, each chosen for their unique contributions to the nation's history and identity. George Washington, the nation's founding father; Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence; Theodore Roosevelt, champion of progress and conservation; and Abraham Lincoln, the leader who preserved the Union during its greatest trial. Each face etched into the mountain tells a story of founding, expansion, development, and preservation. Together, they form a narrative of American ideals, ambition, and resilience, inviting millions of visitors each year to reflect on the nation's journey. The monument was the vision of sculptor Gutzon Borglum, who, along with hundreds of workers, spent 14 years transforming the rugged mountain into a national shrine. The project required innovative engineering, dynamite, and sheer determination, overcoming harsh weather and daunting obstacles to bring this vision to life. Yet, Mount Rushmore's legacy is deeply complex. The Black Hills are sacred to the Lakota Sioux, and the monument's creation on this land remains a source of pain and controversy. For many Native Americans, the carving represents a history of broken treaties and cultural erasure. Today, visitors from all walks of life come to Mount Rushmore, not only to marvel at its scale and artistry, but also to contemplate the stories it tells, and those it leaves out. The monument prompts us to ask, who gets remembered in stone, and whose stories remain in the shadows? The stone faces gaze out over the landscape, challenging each generation to live up to the ideals of liberty, equality, and justice that they represent. Their silent presence is both a reminder of the nation's achievements and a call to address its unfinished work. Whether seen as a patriotic shrine, a work of art, or a contested symbol, Mount Rushmore remains a focal point of American memory and debate. It is a place where celebration and protest, pride and pain, coexist in the shadow of stone. Here, history is carved not only in granite, but in the ongoing dialogue about who we are, what we value, and how we remember our past. Alcatraz Island, shrouded in San Francisco Bay fog, is a fortress of legend. Once a military fort, it became America's most notorious prison, home to infamous criminals and daring escape attempts. The 1962 escape remains unsolved, fueling the island's mystique. In 1969, Native American activists occupied Alcatraz, turning it into a symbol of resistance. Today, it's a museum and national park, echoing with stories of hope and hardship. Walking its halls, you sense both the darkness and resilience of the human spirit. Alcatraz is where legends are born and history's shadows linger. In the heart of Texas stands the Alamo, a mission-turned fortress and symbol of sacrifice. In 1836, about 200 defenders made a last stand against thousands of Mexican troops. Their defeat became a rallying cry. Remember the Alamo, fueling Texas's fight for independence. The Alamo's limestone walls bear witness to both heroism and loss. Today, the site invites reflection on bravery, myth, and the complexities of history. The story is evolving, now including the roles of Tejanos and untold narratives. The Alamo demands remembrance and deeper understanding. Colonial Williamsburg lets you step into 18th century America, where history comes alive. Costumed interpreters, working tradespeople, and restored buildings recreate daily life on the eve of revolution. Williamsburg was Virginia's capital, shaping the course of the revolution. The site is a living laboratory, offering first-hand insight into early American struggles and spirit. Recent efforts highlight the experiences of enslaved people, women, and indigenous communities. The conversations here are richer, reflecting a fuller tapestry of history. Williamsburg reminds us the past is all around us, waiting to be explored and understood. Plymouth Rock, a simple boulder on Massachusetts' shore, carries immense symbolic weight. Tradition says the Mayflower Pilgrims landed here in 1620, seeking religious freedom and a new start. The Pilgrims' survival, aided by Native Americans, led to the first Thanksgiving. The rock has been moved, chipped, and mythologized, but its story endures. Plymouth Rock is both a memorial and a mirror, reflecting hopes and hardships. The Pilgrims' arrival marked profound changes, both inspiring and tragic, for this continent. This humble stone endures as a symbol of beginnings and the evolving American story. Gettysburg National Military Park preserves the site of the Civil War's most pivotal battle. In July 1863, Union and Confederate forces clashed here, with over 50,000 casualties. Gettysburg marked the turning point of the war and the nation's destiny. President Lincoln's Gettysburg Address challenged Americans to continue the work of democracy. Today, monuments and museums honor the fallen and teach the costs of division. Gettysburg is a proving ground for national ideals and unity. Walking its fields, you feel the weight of history, and the call to remember. Mesa Verde National Park in Colorado preserves the cliff dwellings of the Ancestral Puebloans. These ingenious stone homes, built into the cliffs, sheltered a thriving community for over 700 years. The site contains thousands of archaeological treasures, including the awe-inspiring Cliff Palace. By the late 1200s, the dwellings were abandoned. Historians still debate why. Mesa Verde is a reminder of resilience and the fragility of civilizations. For Native communities, it's a sacred place, connecting past and present. Mesa Verde shows America's story began long before 1776, shaped by many cultures. Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's Virginia home, is a masterpiece of design and innovation. The estate reflects Jefferson's genius and his contradictions. He championed liberty, yet enslaved hundreds who built and maintained Monticello. Monticello is a place of beauty and reckoning, challenging us to confront the complexities of America's founders.